We are in a state of emergency. Black people are dying in a state of emergency. We cannot look at this as an isolated incident. Enough is enough.
Hey y'all, what's poppin'? It's Najja, Iman. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by. If you're not new, hey babe, thanks for coming back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, all of the recent events that have happened in this country. So yeah, if you want to hear my opinion on what's been happening in this world and just police brutality, etc., then keep on watching. If you're gonna try to like start an argument with me in the comments or other people in the comments, we don't have time for that. This country is in shambles and we don't need any more hatred being spread. So yeah, let's get into the videos. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the reason why we're all here today. I was gonna film a regular get ready with me today, but I just felt like that would be very insensitive and inconsiderate, just considering everything that's happening right now in this country. I think we all know what I'm talking about. The murder of George Floyd, it's lit another fire under black people and caused a lot of outrage, and it needs to be talked about because this country is on a downward spiral. It would be very irresponsible of me to not speak on it when I have this platform. I'm not gonna come on here and not address what's going on when I'm directly affected by every single death in the black community. We just saw the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery get arrested. I think that all black people are tired of being tired to wake up and I forgot to prime. To wake up and check your phone and have to see another black person being slaughtered on camera. I feel like it's so common that I'm like almost desensitized to it. I've seen it happen so much that it's not even surprising anymore. Black people have been getting murdered by the police since slavery, dating all the way back to slavery. It's time to revolt. It's time for a revolution. As a black person, I feel it's my responsibility to speak on these issues. Not just when a black person gets murdered, but every single day. I'm a victim, I guess you can say, of police brutality. When I was 9 years old, my uncle was murdered by the Oakland Police Department. They shot him multiple times because they thought he had a gun, yet he was unarmed, like they always are. So that's why I go as hard as I do. When I see images of black people being murdered in broad daylight, it hits home. And there's so many people that have lost their lives who didn't receive media coverage. I want to talk about the George Floyd situation because it is the most recent one. Apparently, a store owner called the police on George Floyd because he suspected that he wrote a bad check, whatever that means. So the police officers come, they arrest George, and he did not resist him being arrested standing up. The video goes from that to George being on the ground, and the officer, Derek Chauvin, however you say his name, has his knee on George's neck for 8 minutes, mind you. In that entire 8 minutes, George is saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, you're on my neck, sir, I can't breathe. And not once did the officer remove his knee off of the dude's neck. And wouldn't you think when the officer heard George saying that he couldn't breathe that he would release his knee off of his neck because he's telling me he can't breathe, maybe I should take my knee off of his neck so he can breathe. Common sense, right? But instead he doesn't remove his knee off of his neck. And then you have an Asian cop, I'm forgetting his name, but I'm gonna put his picture up here because these people need to be plastered everywhere. He's just watching this happen. Somewhere in the video he said, don't do drugs, kids. Imagine how tired we are of seeing the same thing happen. What's so insane about this entire situation is that it's very reminiscent of Eric Garner's death. He said the exact same words that George Floyd said, I can't breathe. And it's chilling. Like, you would think that these police officers, you know, they see what's happening in the news. They see that, you know, white officers are getting arrested and being fired from their jobs and demonized for murdering black people for no reason. You would think that they would be like, oh my gosh, I need to be aware of what I'm doing because I don't want to be another statistic. But they keep on perpetuating the stereotype, and that is why I say blue lives don't matter. Blue lives don't exist. People choose to become cops. People choose to wear that badge. Black people don't choose what color they come out of their mom's womb as. You feel me? Being black is not a choice. Being a police officer is. So when people say blue lives matter, please shut up with that. I'm sorry. With all due respect. Honestly, no. I don't even... I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. What's it gonna take for police to stop killing us? It's so insane that they're so threatened by black people. We never give them any reason to be threatened. All black people ever do is mind their business. Yet they still end up losing their lives over absolutely nothing. George Floyd was not resisting. George Floyd was arrested. He couldn't do anything. He was already on the ground. He can't move. He can't hurt you. Why is your knee still in his neck? Police let that badge get to their heads. They know dang well that as soon as they take that outfit off, that badge off, they're weak. Derek Chauvin was arrested today.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has been charged by the Hennepin County Attorney's Office with murder and with manslaughter. He has been charged with third-degree murder.
In case anyone doesn't understand, first-degree murder is premeditated. Second-degree murder means it was intentional but not planned. Third-degree murder means that it was an accident. This murder was not an accident. They worked in the same club. They might not have had a actual relationship with each other, but they were co-workers. You can't not think that Chauvin had a personal vendetta against George. This was a premeditated murder. It was a hate crime. Hey, you cannot tell me that this murder was an accident when his knee was on his neck for 8 minutes, and the entire 8 minutes he's telling you that he cannot breathe. But it's an accident. The video is very symbolic of POC solidarity. If POC solidarity really existed, the Asian cop would have intervened and been like, get your knee off his neck, bruh. He wouldn't have just watched Chauvin kill him. He would have stopped it. But instead, he just let it happen. That's why I don't think POC solidarity exists. There's people who love saying all lives matter whenever anyone says black lives matter, which doesn't make any sense to me. Everybody knows all lives matter, but black lives didn't seem to matter during slavery. Black lives didn't seem to matter in the 50s. Black lives didn't seem to matter during Jim Crow. Black lives still don't matter to this day. So when somebody says all lives matter, they don't even care about all lives mattering. They just want to take a stab at the Black Lives Matter movement. They want to infuriate black people and invalidate our feelings. You can't act like you don't see what's happening in the media. You cannot act like you don't see black people being demonized and terrorized every single day of our lives. Yeah, we know all lives matter. All lives cannot matter until Black Lives Matter, and that's all the Black Lives Matter movement is trying to help the world understand. You can't say all lives matter and disregard the high level of black murders being committed by the police. In case y'all haven't caught on, I'm anti-police AF. I don't like the police. My entire life, my family and I have been harassed by the police, racially profiled by the police, disrespected by the police, unprotected by the police. So please don't tell me, no, not all cops are bad. There's some good cops and there's some bad cops. Don't say that to me. That's just a bunch of noise and I don't care. With all due respect, if that's your opinion, that's cool. Keep that to yourself, especially on my platforms. I don't want to know if you think all lives matter. I don't want to know if you think blue lives matter. If you don't support Black Lives Matter, you're part of the problem. Policing is a violent anti-black settler institution that originated as slave patrols. Their primary mandate is to protect property and to militarily enforce white supremacist capitalism. They are doing their job as they are trained and paid to. You can't fix what is broken. That's why we fight for police and prison abolition. Newsflash! Today's police, they're modern slave catchers. When a police officer murders a black man for no reason, it's called modern day lynching. The entire police system needs to be abolished. And if you still feel like arguing with me in the comments, honey, where's your brain? I wasn't trying to get disrespectful in this video, but I think I might have to. People just love to be on the contrary just for, you know, entertainment. And that doesn't fly with me, bro. Like, it really just does not. Also, this is my channel, so I can say whatever I want to say. I can speak as freely as I want to speak. And if you have a problem with it, you really can click off of this video. Thanks for watching thus far. But I'm really sick and tired of having to appeal to white people and law enforcement. They only hear us when we get loud. They only hear us when we get rowdy. They only hear us when we get disrespectful. So maybe we just gotta get disrespectful with it. I'm so sorry, but I'm really not. The murder of George Floyd has sparked a lot of outrage, like I said, and a lot of people have been protesting and looting and rioting, and people have been negatively criticizing these protesters, saying, why are y'all looting? Why are y'all rioting? Stop being violent. A black man was just murdered and y'all expect us to be walking in peace? Nah, that's dead. I'm so sorry. No justice, no peace. That's it. Y'all not gonna stop killing us? Why should we be peaceful towards you? Colin Kaepernick peacefully protested every single Sunday, kneeled on the field in front of thousands of people, and he got kicked off the team. Martin Luther King peacefully protested. He was the poster boy for nonviolence and he was assassinated. Come on, bro. We tired of being peaceful. Newsflash, being peaceful don't work. You think my ancestors ended slavery by being peaceful and sitting back and letting whatever happened to them happen? No, they fought back. Malcolm X said something about if violence is the only language that these white supremacists understand, then that's the language that we have to speak to them in. Minnesota citizens, they burned down Target, they burned down the 3rd precinct. Really showed us more action, less talk. Target can be replaced. Police stations can be replaced. It's brick and mortar, that's it. Black lives cannot be replaced. So sorry for burning down Target. That'll be back up in a couple months. Can this black life come back? Or people on Twitter talking about some rioting is not the answer. I'm sorry. White people rioted back in the day over tea and tax. Ever heard of the Boston Tea Party? I'm sure you learned that in history. Ever learned about Black Wall Street? Probably not. Black people literally had their own block, their own town full of black businesses, and white people burned it down. Why ain't nobody talking about that? People only focus on what they want to focus on. We wouldn't have women's rights and gay rights if it wasn't for protesting. Have y'all ever heard of Stonewall? Look it up. People love the idea of a riot until black people do it. This is not new. Rioting is not a new concept. Violence is not a new concept. It's just an issue because black people are the face of it. White people were literally rioting because they was tired of being quarantined. Rioting because they wanted a haircut. Rioting because they wanted to get a massage. Rioting because they didn't want to wear a mask. Police are not bothered. They're not shooting them. They're not pushing them around. They're not spraying tear gas in their face. They're not beating them with billy clubs. Black people are protesting the murder and we get tear gas thrown at us. Y'all see the difference? When white people do it, it's called a protest, but when black people do it, it's called a riot. Seems a bit racist to me. Black people riot when their anger over being murdered and oppressed reaches a boiling point. White people riot when their favorite football team loses a game. You can't even make this up. If you are not an advocate of Black Lives Matter, what is wrong with you? Like, bruh, it's common sense. There hasn't been one single year where a black person hasn't been murdered by the police. What the heck? White children can shoot up schools, churches, malls, and be deemed mentally ill, not a threat. But a black person jogging is threatening. A kid with a toy gun is threatening. What's not clicking, people? What's not clicking? It all goes back to slavery, bro. How you gonna take us off of our motherland, bring us over, enslave us, torture us, traumatize us, abolish slavery, and we're still being demonized? What did we do to deserve all of this treatment? I really don't know. We was minding our business in Africa. We was minding our business. Black people have never seen a day of peace. My brothers can't even walk outside without fearing losing their lives. Being black in America is literally fearing life. Our skin color is a threat. What? You guys, I'm really like annoyed right now. Oh my gosh, let's talk about what y'all's president tweeted last night, bruh. Put it in right here. The things that made me drop my jaw was the fact that he called us thugs, and then he said when the looting starts, the shooting starts. First of all, thugs is just boneless, Nigger. Second of all, he just gave racist white people the green light to continue murdering us. Outrage is an understatement. I think I'm way past that. You feel me? It's 2020 and black people are still experiencing the worst kind of hatred. And what's sad is that there are like other groups of color that feel like it's okay to say things like, well, you know, black people aren't the only people that have it hard. Nobody's saying that y'all don't. But right now, we're focused on black lives. How hard is it to understand? I know is that like black people are really strong. If our ancestors endured such a terrible time, we will get through this. I know that we will. We need everyone's help because since black people are not the creators of racism, we can't really destabilize it, which is why we need white allies. Not only do we need white allies, but we need Asian allies, we need Latino allies, we need Native allies, because at this point it's everyone's fight. You don't need nobody on the oppressor's side. There's strength in numbers, and the government knows that. Just look at how people collectively burnt Target down. That's just one Target. Now imagine how much we can do. Our generation is so powerful, it's really influential, and we literally have the power to change the world. We just have to be dedicated. There's gonna be a revolution. It's up to you to decide whether you'll be on the right side of it or the wrong side of it. We all have a common enemy, which is white supremacy. Like, that's the whole basis of this entire country. That's what we need to fight against. That's what we need to work to destabilize. It's not going to work unless we're all fighting against it. There are some people who are like, oh, I don't engage in politics because whatever. This is not the time to have that mindset. Because if you aren't speaking up, you might as well be a white supremacist, bro. That's it. You either for us or you're against us. You cannot be neutral, because if you're neutral, you've chosen what, kids? The side of the oppressor. Imagine if like Stan Twitter used all of the energy that they put into supporting these singers. They put all that energy into fighting against injustice, showed up at protests and signed petitions and called the DA's office, etc. Like, we have all the power. We just need to use it properly. There's a lot of white non-black influencers who be silent as a mouse. Silent as a mouse. When black people are murdered, but wear box braids and self-tan and fight to say the N-word and steal from black culture and listen to black music and have black friends. But when a black person dies, they be on hush mode. Like, honey, I see you peeking, but you ain't speaking, baby. Speak up. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black. Use your platform, hun. What's so crazy is that the Black Panther Party was one of the only black organizations that enforced bearing arms and policing the police and shooting back at the ops if, you know what I'm saying, they needed to be shot at. And they were destabilized, bruh. People from that organization were murdered. Imagine if the Black Panther Party was still around today. So much would be so different, and I think that we need to start that back up. A lot of I've been getting a lot of questions from like white people, and they'd be asking me like, what can I do to help? What can I do to be an ally? Educate yourself and then use what you've learned to educate other people. Black people, we're just tired of having to prove to society that our lives matter. How ridiculous is that? Oh my gosh, bruh. Why did TikTok literally block the hashtag George Floyd? They're literally blocking hashtags about Black Lives Matter. I deleted that app. I deleted it because I'm not gonna be using an anti-black app. I'm not gonna be giving my money to an anti-black app, and I will not support an anti-black app. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling y'all what to do, but I kind of am. I think y'all should delete TikTok because it's not for us, and we've seen that every single freaking day. Like, they allow people to make racist TikToks and they don't violate community guidelines yet. When a black person speaks out about injustice and racism, it gets banned somehow and their account gets like suspended or something. Come on, you guys. The app is freaking racist and it needs to be deleted. I'll be right back. I need to put my lashes on. Okay, I'm back. And my lashes are from Couturely Cosmetics. I'll put them in the description box. I know that I'm a rambler. I don't really care at this point. I'm just gonna coin that term for myself, Najja the Rambler. I really never can stay on a single topic, but it's okay because y'all got the point, I hope. Anyways, you guys, pay attention to who's silent right now. Pay attention to who's not speaking up right now. Pay attention to who's just posting selfies and acting like nothing is going on with the world. If these people are your friends, they need to get cut off. First educated, then cut off. But how sad is it that even during the midst of a pandemic that is killing black people at a high rate, we can't even catch a break because the police on our backs too. Like, y'all can't just take a break. Like, there's a global pandemic happening. Maybe I shouldn't kill a black man today. I'm literally yelling, bro. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because the anger needs to be felt through the screen, and that's period. Don Lemon literally said there are 2 viruses killing black people, and that's COVID-19 and racism 20, period. Before I end this video, I just want to say this is everybody's fight. Get on the right side of history, okay? In 20 years, when we're telling our children about the crazy year that is 2020, would you rather tell them I held right history or I just sat back and let it happen? We are the generation that literally can change the world, and I hope that you guys watching sign the petition, donate to the Minnesota Freedom Fund, help out, stand in solidarity with black people, okay? Check racists. Yeah, so that's really all I have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like to give it a thumbs up, it helps me out a lot. Also subscribe for more videos like this. I will talk to you guys on my next one. Bye.